This is the All Day Ruckoff podcast, episode number 1. Welcome to the first episode of the All Day Ruckoff podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. In this episode, we have an interview with Jason and Justin from Old Line CrossFit, where we talk about their first RuckFit Elite event. Thank you so much for taking the time to download this. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and here is the interview. So I'm here talking with Jason Galindo and Justin Nickel from Old Line CrossFit in Millersville, Maryland. Jason is the co-owner of Old Line CrossFit, as well as a CrossFit coach. Before Old Line CrossFit, Jason was an Air Force aerospace medicine technician for 20 years. Today we'll be discussing Old Line CrossFit's program RuckFit, which is where Justin comes in. Justin is both a CrossFit trainer at Old Line, as well as the RuckFit Director. For those who don't know, RuckFit is a structured team-based workout, which has expanded with the addition of RuckFit Elite, an 8 to 10 hour endurance ruck event series. I'm very excited about this interview, so let's get started. How's it going, guys?
Great.
So I just want to thank you guys again for taking the time out of your day to chat with me about this. Let's get started with Old Line CrossFit. So when did you guys get involved, and how has that journey been?
So we became a gym 2013. We had our soft opening August of that year, and we did our grand finale, or our big opening, in October of 2013.
So you guys have been around for a while then?
Yeah, so we're approaching our 4th year right now. When myself, Kyle, and Dave, we kind of, in the summer of, actually it was late spring, 2013, we sat down. We knew we wanted to open up a gym. We sat down together, kind of put this big dream on paper. And the more we started coming up with all these ideas, the more we realized we had a pretty good recipe to make a pretty successful business out of this. And kind of more on the grand scheme of that dream we kind of put on paper, we had ourselves, where we wanted to be a 200 plus member gym, be in a facility that was 10,000 plus square feet. And we're kind of there now, approaching that 4-year mark. We're beyond 200 members. We've now expanded. We'll be right around 14,000 square feet. And this whole kind of business thing is just blowing up at the right time, and got a whole staff of amazing coaches that are running great programs. So from a business perspective, Old Line is doing very, very well.
Man, that's awesome to hear. Sounds like you guys really have a great space.
Yeah.
So as someone who loves ruck events, I always have to ask this question. So have either of you completed a Go Ruck event before?
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually somebody told us about Go Ruck. I guess it was spring of last year, spring of 2016. We're like, yeah, that sounds like fun. Yeah, we're in reasonably good shape. Let's just go ahead and sign up for a heavy. And so we signed up for the DC Memorial Day heavy, not really knowing what we were getting ourselves into. And it was funny because during the check-in, we were like, yeah, this is our first event, and everybody's looking at us like, this is a heavy, this is your first event? Like, yeah, we'll be all right. And 24 hours later, we managed to survive. But yeah, it was much more than what we had bargained for when we initially signed up.
Yeah, when we kind of found this whole Go Ruck thing, we actually had signed up for the Annapolis Tough initially, which was in June of last year. And as I was kind of going through the site, looking for equipment and all the things that you were going to need, because I was brand new to this whole rucking world. I had stumbled across the heavy, and, being that we're both retired military, the write-up where it was in DC during Memorial Day, and, kind of got the patriotic juices flowing. I had reached out to Justin and a couple other of our members that do rucking events, and stupidly enough, they allowed me to convince them for us to sign up into this horrible 24 hours that I was just not, I had no idea what was going to happen with this.
Not many people can say they completed a heavy for their first event.
Yeah, it was. After, in hindsight, it was a great event. We had an amazing time. We met some really great people, did some really cool things around the DC Mall and all the monuments and everything. But during it, I was questioning life in general. It was horrid.
I think most people get that feeling during a heavy, and I think that's one of those draws.
Yeah.
You get to reevaluate a lot of things going on.
I know.
Yeah.
So have you guys signed up for any additional events since, or one and done?
Well, we did the heavy. That was in May of last year. And then a whole bunch of us here from the gym did the Go Ruck Tough in June of last year. And afterwards, I think we had a couple people do the Zombie Apocalypse in Ocean City last year. Was it last weekend?
Yeah, last weekend we had a couple of guys do the Go Ruck Light down in Annapolis. So we've still got people interested, but the more we started realizing that there's such a market for this and there's such an opportunity to inject more events instead of waiting for that one time a year for an event to come back around to Annapolis or DC, we thought, hey, why not see what we can do to help expand the RuckFit program that we've got here.
Exactly. And I mean, that's one of the big things. This is such a new market for these types of events. There's only one major player in it, so there's so much room for these other events to come in and do their thing.
Yeah.
So moving from one ruck event to another, let's talk about RuckFit. So when did that become a program at Old Line?
There was a coach who's unfortunately no longer here, but he actually brought this program to us, I guess it was 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
So he was kind of the creator of RuckFit, former Marine guy, really did well with the program and just continued the success when he was here. He got another job at a commercial gym, making really good money. So he basically just left the program here with us, and Justin has been running it ever since. So a year now you've been doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah, right about a year, Justin's been running the program for us.
Very cool. And it sounds like he's doing a great job. I see you guys all over Instagram and social media.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's been our big thing, is just trying to get the word out about the program, trying to pique people's interest and get more members to come in to check it out. We've had as many as 40 people in one class, and it stays popular every weekend, every Saturday morning.
That's awesome. So it sounds like the program's doing pretty good. And how's the feedback been for it?
Yeah, people love it. I mean, they I'm always having people tell me, hey, we want more tires, we want more log PT, we want more, sleds, this, that. So, people can't really get enough of it. They love the change of pace from just a normal CrossFit class. They can come in here without any kind of real time domain expectation or whatever. They like the teamwork aspect of it because pretty much every WOD is team or partner based. And it's something different, and it really kicks people's butts, and that's what I like. When people leave and they're exhausted, but they got that smile on their face, that's what keeps me going for the next weekend.
So the typical RuckFit workout, is it an hour long?
Runs hour and a half. Yeah, we have a 90-minute window to work with, and we try and get as much as we can stuffed in that 90 minutes.
Perfect. So moving on from RuckFit, let's talk about RuckFit Elite. So what can you tell me about that upcoming event?
Well, some of the specifics that you can find out on the registration site, it's 13 miles. We've laid out a course here through kind of the Millersville, Severna Park area. We're estimating it to be about 8 to 10 hours long. Who knows? It could be a little shorter, maybe a little longer. Who knows? within the 13 miles, we have 6 embedded evolutions, basically kind of team-based challenges. So that's probably all for specific details we can give. We want this to kind of be, we're going to brief it as the event kind of evolves through the different routes.
Awesome. Yeah, you got to have that element of surprise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guessing people can possibly expect some sandbags since Brute Force is a sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah, there may be 1 or 2 sandbags.
Just a couple, 1 or 2 thrown in there. So this summer event's called Operation Summer Siege. So does that mean there's going to be a fall event as well?
So that's kind of the goal here. This was kind of like our testing the waters, see how this goes. We didn't really expect too much out of it, being that we've never done this before, and we've really been kind of advertising this in a very short window. So depending on this, we get our feet wet, how it goes. The goal is under this RuckFit Elite title to have these follow-up events, different operations, if you will, as time kind of goes by.
So what makes you guys most excited about the RuckFit Elite event?
I just, maybe it's just a little sick side of me. I just like putting people through a little bit of pain and torture. And the biggest thing though is watching a group of like 50 individuals come together as one team. In the end, you have your aspects of team dynamics, you have your forming, storming, and norming kind of thing that they teach you in leadership training. And it's fun to see that come together. At the beginning, there's, a little bit of individualism, and then eventually they start, you see 1 or 2 leaders emerge, and then they really come together as a team to complete the whole mission as a team. And that's the really rewarding part, is watching a group of individuals come together and complete something like this, something that's going to be so challenging for them that they wouldn't complete as an individual, but as a team they can pull together and knock it out.
Yeah, and I'm on the same lines as Justin here, being that we're both military guys and, we've done all these horrific, intense events through Go Ruck or just the normal workouts we do. Some of the most amazing friendships you'll ever make are when you're thrown into these super awful, intense situations, whether it be some kind of an operational thing or just a fitness thing. And some of the most amazing friendships come out of these things, So when we sat down and kind of built this thing, the inception of it, the big thing we wanted to hit home with everyone that participated is teamwork. This is 100% a team-based event. We don't give a damn how fit one person is. You're only as strong as the weakest link. And we want everyone to rally around that and basically weed out the individualism right off the get-go.
Sounds awesome. It sounds like it's going to be a great event too.
Yeah, we have some, there are going to be some pretty challenging events, but there are going to be some that they've probably never seen. Well, maybe in some aspects in some of the Go Ruck events, but we have a couple in there that are going to be pretty amazing.
Awesome. So Operation Summer Siege, that's in July.
Correct. Yep. July 22nd.
July 22nd. When do signups close for that?
Right now, registration ends July 8th. We may extend that a little bit, just since we haven't had a lot of time to really advertise this thing. And the more the word gets out there, the more interest it's been, the more interest there's been in the event. We have it capped at 60 people. We still got room for more, so we'll see how it comes on July 8th. We may extend it a little bit more.
You heard it here. Sign up by July 8th.
Yeah.
There's still room for the fun. So is there anything else that you would like to mention about the RuckFit Elite event or RuckFit in general?
Well, I know from me personally, we want to thank you for your support, and especially for providing, which we won't say what it is, the goodies for those that complete the event. So your support, Brute Sandbag support, has been key to getting this thing up and running, because just some random gym throwing a ruck event together doesn't really build a lot of interest. But when we have these established, rucking entities inside of this community, supporting it, it gives us a little more leverage to, sway support back in our direction. So we really appreciate your support.
Well, we really appreciate you guys. I mean, it takes a lot of work to set up a ruck event. There's not many of them out there. And so it's so awesome to see you guys doing this. And hopefully you keep going with it and there's more in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. We hope so.
Thanks so much for taking the time to chat with me, guys. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I'm really excited to see where this event goes. So if people want to find Old Line CrossFit, RuckFit, or register for RuckFit Elite, where should they go?
So obviously, if you want to find Old Line, you can find us on Facebook, our website, www.oldlinecrossfit.com. We have all of our gym information here, all of our class schedule times, how to sign up, how to contact us, blah, blah, blah. For RuckFit Elite, we actually have an event built on our Facebook page, which has the Eventbrite registration built inside of it. Or you can just go to Eventbrite directly, search RuckFit Elite Operation Summer Siege. Right there, tickets are still available, $75 a piece. And we can guarantee some goodies for all of you that brave the 13 miles and finish it to the end.
And be sure to check out RuckFit on Instagram too. We have our own Instagram page, and we've been posting links there, and you can get tidbits for, kind of what to expect, little teasers and things like that. And anybody that signs up for this, for RuckFit Elite, they can come out and train with us every Saturday morning from now to the event for free. So 8 a.m. every Saturday here in Millersville, Old Line CrossFit, can come train with us and we'll get you ready for the event.
That's an awesome deal. Not a bad price for the event, and you get training leading up to it once a week.
Yeah.
That's solid. And if you're not in the area, check out, obviously, RuckFit Elite Instagram. There's great workouts on there. It's a good spot. Thanks so much for taking the time to chat with me. And for everyone listening, make sure to check out the upcoming RuckFit Elite event.
Thanks again, Brian.
Thank you so much for listening to the All Day Ruckoff podcast. This is a re-recorded outro. Actually, we recorded the intro as well. And I just want to say thanks for listening to the back catalog. As I record this, we're on episode 118, which is pretty crazy. And if you enjoy rucking, if you enjoy the GoRuck community, if you enjoy any of that stuff, then I hope you'll listen to some more episodes. The interview style has definitely gotten a lot better since this first episode, and the guests are just as awesome. Thank you again for the support, and hopefully I'll see you in episode number 2 or in whatever episode just released. Don't forget, attitude is everything. Keep yours positive, and drink hard, ruck harder.